In this video, I'm going to help you stay connected to your fiance throughout the wedding planning process. Hey, I'm Asha, event and wedding strategist for Event Productions by Jen, and I'm here to help you make your wedding day meaningful and magnificent. If you're ready to get into it, let's start. So first off, I want to just let everyone know, wedding planning is hard. Okay, it is hard work. That's why an entire industry of wedding planners exists. So let me give you a quick story about a time where I saw a couple intentionally demonstrate that they were on the same team and how they were able to do that. So let's start from what happened in the scene. I'll tell you what's going on behind the scenes. We're at a tasting not that long ago. It's me, my assistant, and the couple. We're at their venue. They're tasting everything from their baked goods to the main course of the meal. And here's what happened. We had a moment where one of the partners, it was the groom, decided that he just was full. He was full. He stopped eating. He was like, I don't want any more food, which is a kind of an awkward position to be in, because it's like, well, you're kind of only here because you're supposed to be eating. And also, you can't force someone to eat, right? Especially if they're pretty laid back. And they're just kind of like, whatever you want to do, right? And so what I heard from the bride was such a great example of how she saw him still as a teammate and how they were able to make this whole thing still be cohesive. So what she did was redirected him back to their unified thing, which was their spreadsheet. So they had a planning spreadsheet that helped them keep track of every single expense, okay? Helped them keep up with all of their likes, all their dislikes, and was certainly something they referenced whenever we're speaking to me and my team. So what I heard her say in that moment was, that's no problem. We can table this for later. I'm gonna put my thoughts on this experience in the spreadsheet and we can talk about it later. And then you can decide if we wanna pick back up with that. Now, I know that sounds very simple and straightforward, but you would be surprised at how many different directions that situation could have gone in. One way it could have gone was the bride was annoyed, shuts down, doesn't want to keep the tasting going because she feels disappointed by the groom. Another would be the groom decides to just say, yeah, whatever, I'm fine with whatever you choose, which is a lot of the response, not always a bad thing. But in this moment, this is a collective experience. And it really showed a lot of intentional strategy and anchoring in a spreadsheet and a system that was established early on by the couple. And I just want to say that that is a great example of how you can stay connected to your fiance. When you systemize wedding planning, that gives you the ability to turn it on and turn it off. What that really does is it says there are boundaries to how we approach this one thing in our lives. Instead of saying, let's just talk about it later, right? Being more loosey-goosey about everything, or I don't know, like this is annoying or you're annoying or whatever it is. There was a plan in place. And that shows that there was a great deal of not just planning for the actual wedding, but planning as a couple for how to communicate about the wedding. I can't stress this enough. Your fiance is still a person that you want to be married to at the end of the day. And this whole process is not just about wedding planning. It's also about the marriage, okay? Most importantly, it is about the marriage. So here is my suggestion to couples. My suggestion to couples is you need to figure out your system. What is your system? The thing that you can turn on and off. The spreadsheet you can open and you can close. The thing that holds you accountable to the stuff that you're going to talk about later, and the things you're going to make decisions on in the moment. So a Google spreadsheet, awesome idea. That works for a lot of couples. Google Doc, what have you. I have a couple of clients who use Google Docs and they share that with each other. And then lastly, if you're just feeling like you're not that good at this whole organization stuff, that's okay. If nobody wants to do it, hire the wedding planner to do that for you. That's a specific request that you could ask a wedding planner to do is, hey, we need a centralized system that helps us stay accountable to what needs to be done, but also allows us to have boundaries with wedding planning so that wedding planning does not become our whole lives. So once again, be like my clients. Have a system in place so that whenever you are at that crossroads and you don't know what to do about something, you already have a place where those thoughts, right, that topic can be safely revisited in a time that makes sense for you as a couple instead of forcing things at times that make things stressful. So if you don't feel like you're able to do that, call us. We have a team that is trained in organization tools just like that. Thank you, and I'll see you at the next video.